Hello, people. Well, you guys know that I'm bullish. Looks like NQ just flipped strong to this level. But I just realized this PT is very, very close. I can't actually trade this. Um, it's just too close of a PT for me in comparison to my previous trades. Um, if all of today is like that, then I'm fine taking those smaller trades, but it hasn't been like that today. So I'm bullish for NQ to get to this fib extension level, which is about 22,040. The risk, though, is this Head and Shoulders, but it is now stronger the S. So we shall see. Type in chat. How do you guys do this morning? I would like to enter down here, so I'm kind of hoping that ES can somehow, some way pull NQ down. This Head and Shoulders plays out. We can do something like that. That'd be awesome. That's probably not going to happen. I think NQ is going to get there like right now, but I'll just sit on my hands. Can't hear anything. Well, you should be able to hear stuff now. It looks like NQ is good to get there. Could go for a bearish reversal trade against this fib. I'm probably not going to do that though, because ES is going to want high a day as well. But I got nothing, guys. I mean, it's obviously an uptrend, but PT is just too close. Why can't I see price action over here? I think my chart is busted. Yeah, can I just not see past January 13th? That's bizarre. I think my Wi-Fi is not, or my trading view needs to be closed and reopened. Whatever. I don't have any nearby PTs. You could see that in the pre-market analysis. Yeah, my trading view is having a lot of issues. It's frozen now. I guess. Oh, guess I'm staying on the small time frames. Yeah, you could go for a reversal trade on this level. I think I'd be open to trying it only because all these lows on it. We have 5 candles that bottomed in the exact same area. Um, I think there's an okay chance that this breaks before it gets high of day. And Q gets here, sweeps, then maybe ES goes for it. I think I'm open to it. We'll see. If I get a good enough reversal setup, I'll take a bet on the reversal candle. Let's see if I can call the top. But if I don't get something obvious, I won't do it. Pretty easy morning to be green, though. Terrible open from ES, but aside from that, it's nice and trendy today. Maybe the second hour. I was thinking the second hour is going to be the good time of day to trade because the first, 20 minutes of ES sucked. But now I'm kind of thinking that the second hour may be the hour of consolidation for this uptrend. Where's this? Where's the supply actually at? Because I probably should have drew it out. Okay, it's up here. I'm going to draw this supply out real quick. That way I can see it on the smaller time frames. It's going to go actually goes like this. Do this one here. And then this one. This one. I think that's how it goes. There we go. Now I have my supply zones. So yeah, I mean it's kind of hard for me to go short when ES looks like it wants to get to the supply. And if you look on the 15-minute, you can go way back and you'll see where the supply originated from. This isn't exact. Try to. That's pretty close. Close enough. My charts just don't want to go back past January, to be honest. I don't really have the patience to load it, but as I said in my pre-market analysis, it's the only PT I have. TradingView is not doing good today. It's having a very hard time, it looks like. Drew my fib extensions on the 1 minute time frame, Stonky. You can see it on my NQ chart. I mean, these fib extensions are really good. They are very good. I mean, you can see all the rejections and bouncing that happened. You know, here, here, here. Look at the bounce before market open. Almost a rejection right there. Barely missed it, but nice bounce here. Beautiful bounce here off this buying wick. Very nice. Very nice extensions. Pretty proud of them. It's really all you can do when you have no other PTs is fib extensions. Or you can get crazy with circles, but that's too much work for me right now. NQ looks great to get to my 127% level. After that, I got nothing. ES could continue up to supply, but it's weaker than NQ. I don't really want to take that. It would be a miracle if NQ rejected before it got to this level. Probably not going to do that. It looks like it's going to get there on the next candle. Or on this candle, that works too. All right, NQ hit my PT. Just going to call this out my options channel real quick, even though I'm not in options. A reversal trade could work. Is it really just going to hit my PT perfectly in reverse, though? I don't think so. I kind of wanted to wait until ES gets to supply. But this is, this is kind of a reversal candle. If this candle closes right, I may take a tiny stab at it, like a very, very small stab at it. Very tight stop loss. It's definitely a gamble. I give it about a 20% chance of playing out, but the risk to reward is 5.0, so. No, candle closed, too bullish. I can't enter. That doesn't mean this candle can't go down, but I wanted that candle to not close bullish because, I mean, this could be, I mean, NQ hit resistance, ES swept high of day. I could see it. And then I can see ES to this blue line, which is why I charted it out. I'm hoping it makes a higher high. Also didn't really get a volume spike either. That was a pretty big candle. To not get a volume spike on that candle, I don't have enough bearish indications at all. It's looking like it's going to be a boring session today. If ES comes down more than halfway, I can predict that it's going to get here, but look how close this trade. Like, I can't take this. It's too small of a trade. This is way smaller than the trades I've been taking. I can't take this. I can enter short if, like, up here. This is the size trade that I take, but it just seems like today is not a volatile day. And I don't want to shoot for things that the market's not willing to give today. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. This would be a nice reversal setup on NQ if it had a volume spike. Just yes, what would this trade look like? It's not as bad. It's still small though. Crazy risk to reward. Yeah. See, now that's a reversal candle. Still no volume spike though, which is interesting. But I see a rising wedge. I'm willing to take a gamble on it. I think I am. Not a very nice rising wedge though. It could certainly go a good amount higher. Because this trend line can extend all the way up here. I don't really want to enter on this candle. I feel like it's a bluff. Could take a reversal trade on this candle. I think I'm going to. I mean, it's a pretty bearish candle. Yeah, I took it. I'll give it a small shot. PT's like all the way down here. Not really expecting this trade to work out, but dang it, I gotta redraw everything on MNQ. I just realized I'm on NQ. Actually, never mind. Give me a minute. I gotta fill out my journal. Small reversal attempt is gonna stop out, most likely. That's pretty bullish on NQ. We may just kind of trend up, but this rising wedge, I can't really enter longs. This is gonna be a pretty boring session to be honest. There's not much trades I can take. All right, I'm done with that now. Did not take a put, Nemo. This is futures trading. And it did sweep my stop loss, so I'm no longer in that. Shall leave this rising wedge up. It is a rising wedge, but I don't know if I'm willing to take another reversal trade, to be honest. Trend's just too strong. It will be unfortunate if it sweeps my stop loss, then dumps. That would suck. It looks like it wants to do that. It looks like NQ is flipping weaker than ES. Dude, I don't know what the hell is up with my trading view, but it is very annoying today. It is slower than molasses in the winter. Here's the rising wedge. Looks like a bullish sweep there, so I'm expecting it to go higher. This top trend line can easily be extended all the way up here. So if it does fall, that would be unfortunate because I mean the trade I took was tiny, but it was like here to like here. This is the trade I took. I don't know if I want to enter a reversal trade again, especially on NQ when it's weaker. But just ES isn't moving, that's the problem. ES just staying in place. I'm not willing to take a long trade. This is a long trade here, like this is bullish. But it's not very bullish past high of day. I don't know how high it wants to go. But this is bullish here. This is a very bullish candle. Especially with the lower lows it just got as well. I mean, it could go all the way till ES gets a supply, but it's kind of hard for me to go long when NQ's in a rising wedge against resistance. So I will just keep hanging out and wait for something interesting to happen. Doesn't look like the second hour is going to give me anything. It was a very small reversal trade attempt, Chimkin. I already drew it on my chart. It's pretty bullish on the NASDAQ. It could fall. I think it's pretty unlikely. This is pretty bullish, but also this rising wedge kind of has a double fake prophecy, so that's another bullish thing. But we are completely stalled on ES. If we do dump to the downside, I think that'd be pretty good dip buy. Or I could try another reversal trade if it sweeps the high, ES gets the supply, and then it does something neat. But the chances of me catching the top are obviously extremely low, especially with a very tight stop loss. Looks like the bulls are throwing in the towel here. My PT for the reversal trade I took is all the way down here. Like I said, it did sweep my stop loss here, unfortunately. My PT was like right here. This is the level that I wanted it to hit. That stop loss gets an X. That's unlucky. Great analysis, though. I'm kind of willing to take a long, but the problem is like it's not a normal long that I can take. I needed to get to my short PT. Otherwise, I mean, I'd really just take it all the way to till ES gets a supply. Is the market really bullish enough for that though? Yeah, it could be. I mean, we're already kind of in heavy supply on NQ, but we've been in supply this entire time. Looks like this fib level also lined up with this supply cluster, which is nice. It's actually pretty annoying. I swept my stop. I called the top on this thing. It's a 23.6. I'm able to get along if we bounce back. This is a decent little reversal setup. I can take this. Very tight stop loss again. It's really all like it's really the only thing I can take today. Is really just these really small reversal trades. Probably gonna have a terrible win rate, but one trade is gonna make back pretty much four losses. Looks like NQ may be flipping weak on me though, which is not good. As far as PT is concerned, I mean, it would be high of day, but I'm looking for ES to go to supply, so. Yeah, yeah. I want it to get at least one decent green candle so I can move my stop loss even further, but honestly, this looks like it's going to stop out. NQ's too weak. Way too weak at the moment. Looks like ES flipped way stronger. This trade could sweep my stop and go right back up too. Because NQ could just be baiting shorts in right now, and it could go right back up. Look how strong ES is. This is not a good time of day to trade. I'm just hoping if it when it gets it's pretty much when it gets my stop, it continues down to this level that I wanted down here. This is a pretty nice level. I don't think it's gonna get down there. I think it might make a lower low than bounce. It kind of looks like the market wants to go up. It's just too close to my stop loss. Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna make a lower low than bounce. That was a good stop loss. Because I could have put it there or at the very, very bottom of the candle. It's at 22.10. I really want to just keep trying longs, but yeah, if NQ comes up, this is another trade I could take. This one isn't as big though, like the profits aren't as big if it gets there. But there's NQ lower low and bouncing just as I predicted. I have a feeling NQ is just going to flip stronger though. I'm going to wait for this candle to close and I'll take re-entry and see if I can get it. This is a very nice reversal setup here. Don't think I'm going to take it on ES. I just don't think ES is going to move. It hasn't been moving. The trade I'm willing to take a gamble on. Heart, leave, and rejoin if you can't see my screen. No, it looks like I'm going to take ES. Yeah, I guess I'll take ES longs. I'm able to get in. I'm confirmed in. And it is just stronger than NQ, so. Just the stop loss is so close. They don't really have a good stop at all. I think this is the last trade I'm gonna try for a while. Or I may just call it a day and have just a tiny red day because this is not good price action to trade. I'm able to get confirmed into things, but the likelihood of it playing out isn't very good. That's a terrible candle to start. Oh, this trade looks like it's gonna stop out too. ES was super strong on that last candle and at the start of this one, but looks like NQ is gonna pull it down to a lower low. Looks like NQ is gonna get to my short PT that I had, which really sucks because this day would be a lot different if this didn't sweep my stop loss. If it did anything besides put in a bull flag here or a descending broadening wedge, this would have been beautiful. NQ is nearly there. This is going to sweep my stop loss too and go right back up. I'll give it one more try if we bounce. Otherwise, I'm just going to call it a day. My short stop loss sweeping kind of ruined everything. Man, that was a good short trade. That's bullshit that it swept. That's super annoying. That was a perfect fib extension PT as well. Called the high of day with that analysis. That was perfect. Go to my NQ chart. Pretty rare that I don't make money when I literally call the high of day. All right, back to hanging out on my phone. Ramoth, you can see I'm in a trade literally because it's on my chart. Like guys, like I'm able to get confirmed into so many trades, but just none of them are likely to work out. Like I'm watching longs here for new high of day. It didn't get to the 38.2% fib, but it did sweep the liquidity that I wanted. Man, today would be such a great day if that short didn't sweep. ES is coming low enough, and this is kind of a double top to where I can start flipping bearish on it, but I'm not flipping bearish unless, as long as the NQ is over the 38.2, I'll be bullish, which it is. But if this candle closes large, I mean, I'll take one more chance at longs. Right now, I'm only red by one larger green trade. Like, it's a very, very small red day at the moment. Yeah, it's a lot stronger than like, this is the only trade I can take. And it's an earlier entry, but I need it to be earlier for risk reward purposes. So we'll see. If this candle closes right, I'll take a stab at it. It is closing right. Gotta wait for the last 10 seconds though. It's no longer closing right. And my finger's off the trigger again. That selling wick invalidates, I'll be in there. It's a very nice selling wick. That actually helps me a lot. Because now it's more shorts to squeeze out. That raises the odds at the trade. If I enter the trade, that selling wick raises the odds. And then it kept me out of a potentially red trade as well. This candle's bullish enough to get me in a little bit earlier than I wanted, but maybe the candle will grow. I have 10 seconds till I can get in. Hopefully it doesn't explode in that 5 seconds. Oh, it's trying to. Well, I am in. We'll see what happens. See, it only waits until I get in to put in the selling wick. That's the interesting thing. This candle opened green though. So, um, yeah, high day is my PT, but we'll see if it even gets close. I don't even know if it's going to get close. I'm able to get into this trade, but I don't know if ES wants to move up. Or ES is starting to move up. NQ is trying to flip weak on me now that I'm in this trade. The candle I enter flips weak. But if NQ does go up, I'm not thinking this PT is going to be hard. Because by the time NQ's up there, if ES isn't at high day or supply yet, I'm going to be bullish for that to get there. So I guess we'll just kind of wait. Yeah, it'll bring my stop up a little bit. Pretty good risk to reward and pretty decent odds, including the fib analysis. But the only downside to this is the potential head and shoulders on NQ. That's the risk. Well, you guys, that selling wick increased the odds a good amount. I don't know if it's going to get all the way to high day, but that selling wick was a very bullish selling wick. I really wanted to see that. Now the question is, now I can start thinking, do I extend my PT? Well, if I win this trade, I will only be red by like a fraction of a small green trade. I'll be barely red on the day. I don't know what I want to do. That's a tough decision because I don't know if ES wants it. It wouldn't be tough if this was a perfect double top. ES swept this high by one tick, unfortunately. So it's a pretty tough decision. What do you guys think? Type in chat. You guys think ES could go all the way to supply? I definitely don't think it could, but what do you guys think it's going to do? You guys think it's going to go to supply? Or first off, do you think NQ is going to hit the high day? And then, do we think ES is going to get to supply? I can see it. It dipped a little far for my taste. I mean, it invalidated more than 40% of the, invalidated 45% of the run. But the trend is strong. If you're including overnight price action, the trend is fairly strong. I don't know. Regardless, this is a great trade. Even if it doesn't get to PT and plays the head and shoulders out, this is a great trade here. It kills me that that short trade stopped out. Like, it kills me. Like, I'm so annoyed. My psych isn't really deteriorated. Like, my psych, I'd actually say my psych is flawless today. Um, but that is such bullshit, guys. I called the high of day with my gorgeous fib extension PT, and then I tried entering shorts one candle after the high of day candle for a huge reversal trade. But I just put my stop loss at teeny, and that, there's nothing I can do. Typically with reversal trades, I don't expect it to, if it's going to invalidate this high, it's going to make a higher high and then come down. And if it made a higher high, then I'm bullish for ES supply. And it didn't do that. So unlucky there. So unlucky. And this was my PT here. Casually would have sold the bottom, by the way. I would have sold the bottom. But I got stuck on pretty much only taking long trades because what? I'm bullish right here and I'm bullish right here, and I'm not wrong because it did end up going up. But yeah, today's been a not a fun one as far as futures is concerned. Options was pretty good. Options was fine. Not crazy good. I wasn't excited or anything because the contracts were just so choppy, but it was good. Appreciate the service, Kazumu. Liking it. I'm liking NQ strength a lot. I'm watching a potential ES inverse head and shoulders. Never mind, not liking NQ strength anymore. So this is the head and shoulders, which was the only opposition to this trade. And I'm able to move up the stop a little bit. That's a big enough candle to where it looks like it wants to stop me out. I think Kazumu called it. Biggest red candle of the entire day. That doesn't put in a buying wick. That's a head and shoulders right there. If I wasn't bullish on the market, this would be a short entry. Yeah, this is a short trade. This trade's stopping out. This is a damn good entry, though. Very good entry. No, no buying wick. That is bearish as hell. I could see it sweeping my stop loss and coming back up. I could see that. Because ES is at that lower low. So ES makes a lower low, sweeps, comes back up. That could be enough to pull NQ down. Normally I'd be optimistic about the buying, about that volume spike, but it's too close to stop loss. It's going to stop out and maybe it'll come up after. Or if the head and shoulders plays out to his full potential, which I usually don't. I don't play head and shoulders. I don't ever play head and shoulder breaks if the collar, if the neckline is negatively sloped. This is a negatively sloped neckline. So to me, it's more likely to turn into a falling wedge or a flag and end up going up than it is to continue going down. And I'll likely be in at a pretty much the same average that I'm at right now. So it looks like I'm going to have to try longs one more time, and that's going to be it for today. I'll actually leave this up to see if that stop loss was bad or not. I think I may have called it. There's a yes trying to sweep the low. No shot that just because I moved my stop loss up just a smidge. That I may have just got perfectly swept twice today. Because I'm bearish for NQ to get to 38.2. And then if it comes back up, I like to enter longs. But I may not get there. I might not get there. I may have just got perfectly swept again. Which is so unlikely because it's like that's a textbook head and shoulders there. But I can't get in until all the way up here now. Yeah, I can't get in until all the way up here. If it gets all the way up here, I'm gonna have to get back into longs, and this will be the final trade. If I lose this trade, then I'll be obviously it's red on the day, but it's a smaller red day than yesterday was a green day, and that's what I'm willing to risk in one day. By the way, if you guys haven't reacted to that message, we're doing another $300 giveaway today. So everyone in the Discord react to that promo center message. We're actually going to draw 12 winners instead of 6 for 25 bucks a piece. Don't forget that. This could squeeze back up. There's a lot of short stepping in. If this invalidates, that's looking pretty bullish. I could enter early longs here because it's doing the same thing it did previously. It's invalidating that selling wick, which is pretty bullish. Um, that's not as bullish of a selling wick though. So if this candle closes right, I'm going to be back into longs. And unfortunately, that means once again, my stop loss got swept almost to the penny before going back my direction. It's kind of due though. I've had this week, I think I've had 3 green trades that barely missed my stop loss. So looks like I'm making back up the odds today. Yep, that is bullish. I will be entering on this candle if it closes nice within the last 10 seconds. That is unfortunate. Got the world's worst fill. As far as the PT is concerned, I'm gonna have to trail it, unfortunately. But this is, yeah, it's probably my last trade because I'm willing to lose it. But even if I win it, I don't see another trade that I can take. And if I lose, I definitely can't take another trade. I'd have to wait an hour for the next one, which I'm not gonna do. If I didn't creep up that stop loss on the last one just like 3 ticks, it would have missed my stop loss by a penny. That's not a good candle. It's a good candle if it invalidates, though. That's a lot of shorts to squeeze out. I'm thinking I move my stop loss to break even if it gets a new high of day. And then write it up to ES supply. Because by the time NQ gets the high of day, ES is going to be back up here. What? ES will be like right here. And yeah, I mean, I'll be bullish for ES supply by then. So, and even though I'd be extending the PT like by more than double, I don't think it's actually. I think if it gets a high, I think if NQ gets a high of day, ES is probably going to creep up to supply. I don't think it's hurting the odds too much. Yeah, that red candle invalidated. Looks decent. Man, that freaking 2 terrible stop loss sweeps in a row today. That is so unlucky. Like today had such good analysis. It could have been so fantastic if this trade didn't sweep stop loss. This was my PT. Would have sold there. And then I would have entered long. Where did I feel like here? For a new high of day. And it would have missed my stop loss if I didn't creep it up just a hair. My stop loss was originally like right here. It would have missed it by like 1 tick. Unlucky. Like this is the epitome of unlucky days here. But they happen. Don't lose your psych over it. It's a bearish liquidity sweep there. That's a very bearish candle, actually. It looks like NQ actually just flipped weaker than ES. It's catching back up. ES inverse head and shoulders is possible, though, but NQ is weaker than ES now. Can I move? Can I draw another trend line? I can. Yeah, that's a perfect trend line on NQ. That's a reason to be an optimist. That's a very nice looking trend line on the NASDAQ. And you're right, Breed, that is a very good level here. Yeah, this does need a quintuple top on ES. But there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles that have topped on ES there. So ES longs actually look good here as well. It sucks that NQ is so weak now. That's going to screw up the trade. Yeah, that kind of screws it up. Maybe NQ will catch back up, though. We'll see. I'm going to hang it on my phone until it gets closer to high day or my stop loss. Hang on, I think the promo center stock is up a bunch. Hang on. Let me see this. What stock was it? WKSB. I alerted at 5 a.m. Which by alert I mean I just did the promotion. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. So this is when the promotion happened. Wow. It actually went up. Look at that. Look at that. That's not bad. I would absolutely not buy it up here though. Don't even get the idea. Shame on you for even thinking such a thing. Yeah, guys, I'm probably just gonna. Here's the thing. Like, I'm bullish for ES to get to high of day. I nearly know, like, with 80, I know that I'm not gonna take a trade after this one. This is my last trade. But I have a strong feeling that NQ is gonna pull back after it gets to high of day. I do run the risk of it sweeping my stop, which will be at break even when that happens. Um, but NQ is not as strong as ES. They might get there around the same time. Maybe it won't pull back until ES gets the supply. Yep, that's the plan. Stop loss at break even now. I'm selling if ES gets the supply. If ES doesn't get the supply, it's destined to just be a sad day, folks. But you can take profits here if you want to. This makes back up 2.5 losses that I took. Because I was 0-4. But the analysis was 100%. It kills me that today wasn't a flawless day. I was bearish up here, got my stop swept. My PT was here, would have sold the bottom. And I was bullish from here and below for NQ new high of day. And I was correct. It just so happened to just be a very unlucky day. Like, it just so happened. And you know what? Those are the days when your psyche is tested and you cannot fold like a lawn chair under pressure. You can't do it. So we are almost at supply on ES. I accidentally sold. I sold right. I was hovering my mouth over exit and I clicked it. Whatever. I'm actually not that mad. That's where I sold. I feel like ES is going to get the supply right there. Let's see how much money I missed out on. Because this is where I sold here. Did I miss out on any? Is NQ flipping weak? Okay, this is where I'd sell. ES got there. Okay, cool. There you go. Damn! Flawless analysis today. Couldn't have been better. My stops just kept getting swept. And I was bullish here on NQ. Ended up needing a dip, that's fine. I was bullish here on ES, needed a dip, that's fine. I can't really avoid that. But as far as the PTs were concerned, in the general hypothesis, today was a great day analysis-wise. Let me see the exact number I sold at. And I'm only red by 200 bucks, which is 2 losses. So, I was 0-4. I'm 1-5 today as far as red and green trades. I'm 1-5, but I am only red by 2 very small losses. I'm red by less than my average green trade. So I'm really only red by 1 trade. So it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. At least we're ending on a good note, right? But yeah, shit happens like that. And really all you can do is just review it. With this trade specifically, this would have completely changed the day. This trade I was able to do this different if I didn't creep up the stop. I literally moved the stop from right here to right here and it swept. Like, what the hell are the odds of that? And this came so high up is pretty much going to get my stop regardless. There's really nothing you can do. Like, sometimes there's just nothing you can do. I don't even... In hindsight, sure, don't creep up your stop loss, but why the hell not? I usually do, and it pretty much always saves me money, so... It's not nothing I can do. Just unlucky. Very unlucky. It's really the only trade that was avoidable is this long here. But even then, like, that was a nice reversal candle, so I don't really regret that. Okay, my trade, if it's not loading, that's cool. Why are we not doing what we're supposed to do right now? I think my Wi-Fi is just really slow today. Okay, where did I sell? I sold at 52. So 22.52 is where I sold. That is not a bad sell at all. I'll take it, especially for NQ flipping week. Hang on, just had to jot some notes down. Yeah, so you guys watched a horrendously unlucky futures trading session. Like, that was freaking awful. That was terrible. That's the most unlucky I've been in probably. It's definitely the most unlucky I've been in January. This was my second red day of January, just barely. I mean, I could easily flip today green. That's not going to happen, though, because we have rules that we follow. But yeah, that's only my second red day in all of January. And perfect psych. And it's really just because stop losses kept sweeping and just small little things. Just one little different change could have changed it. Like, if I didn't stop out of this trade and have to re-enter all the way up here, I would have been pretty close to break even. Or if this trade didn't sweep here because NQ didn't bounce as high, well, then I would have been 2 for 2 instead of 1 and 5. So very unlucky, but that's what perfect psych looks like. We handled that with perfect psychology, and you are not training yourself to only be willing to accept outcomes that you're willing to accept. Like, you're not training yourself to accept only good outcomes. You train yourself to accept any outcomes, lucky or unlucky, it doesn't matter. And yeah. Does anyone have any questions for me? Otherwise, that's pretty much it. All my analysis is done. I mean, if we go to the NQ chart, really the only, I mean, I could have, like, there's so many things that I could have done that could have had today green. Like, I could have entered shorts here, but it just wasn't very likely. Especially because ES was kind of a bull pennant. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. But I mean, I was bearish here and bullish down here. I was bearish here because this was my PT for the day. Called high of day. I was bullish down here for ES to get to supply. Both those things happened, yet it was still a very small red day. That's just unlucky. But pretty good day psych-wise. Very good psych day. Very good. Yes, Ramoth, there is a video on that, but I can't send Google Drive links in there. If you join the support Discord, go to the indicator info channel, and it is in there. A tutorial is in there. But all right, guys, that is it for me today. Great analysis. I'm probably going to be in a bad mood for the next hour or so about how unlucky I got, but at least I didn't act on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, Stonky, I'll show you where my extensions came from real quick. Remember, I want a high, a low, a higher high. if you want them to be perfect. Well, if my NQ chart, if TradingView would stop having issues today, I scrolled back in time, tried to find a major high, a major low, and then a major higher high. You don't need a higher high technically, but it's just the correct way to do it. It's what I always look for. Here's where I did it here. Very nice and recent. It's from yesterday. Very nice high, very nice low, very nice higher high, where it rejected after the higher high and retraced. Like it retraced, you know, probably only like 30% of the move. Yeah, I nailed it, 30% of the move. But this is where I drew it. Very nice. And you can see that early on when I drew it, I realized it was a good fib extension because of how price action was acting with it already. I mean, if you take a look, I mean, look at all the confluence we have. Boom, 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 boom. Almost. Nice bounce. Pretty much a rejection. Bounce, bounce. So the more confluence price action shows to your fibs, the more likely it is to continue doing so. It means you got a good fib. I told you guys in my channel, this fib is really good. And sure enough, this was my PT. It got there. Didn't get there on options, but if I held, I would have just chopped. And rejected. And that's that. And now I'm out. I got nothing. I got nothing until the 161.8. I'm sure there's some pivots somewhere up here, but I'm not going to bother charting those. Those are too far away. And ES is in supply. That's it for me. That's all the analysis I had. Gosh, it bugs the hell out of me how unlucky I was today, but whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters is the good psych. All right. Well, I will see you guys later. I guess that cell technically gets an X as well. But yeah, good day TA-wise and psych-wise. We'll be drawing 6 of the 12 winners because 12 people are getting 25 bucks because we just have so many reactions. I'm going to draw 6 of those winners here in... I'll do 6 at market close and 6 at the time I was supposed to do yesterday, which is 11 my time. 1 p.m., so about an hour and a half. I'll draw 6 then. I'll draw 6 winners at market close. And yeah. And then what do we got? I have my trade review, and then we'll hang out and watch a psych lesson. All right. Good luck if you continue trading. And yeah, that's all I got. I'll see you guys later. Also, I still need to post yesterday's trade reviews. I'll get on that after I eat in about an hour or so. But all right, good luck if you continue trading. Reach out if you guys need anything and react to that promotion post to be entered into the giveaway today.